What's going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Ty, the LEGO guy here, and welcome to another LEGO Star Wars review. Today we're actually taking a look at the one and only minifigure scale TIE bomber LEGO's ever made. That's set 4479. It had 230 pieces, one minifig retailed for 30 US, and it came out in 2003. Now nowadays this set's going for 160 new or 72 used, so it's appreciated quite a bit. We're gonna get into its positives and its negatives. This was one of those sets that I always saw on the shelves or on lego.com, and I wanted it, but I never ended up picking it up. So really happy to finally own it and let you guys know what my thoughts are on it. But enough talk, let's get right into it. And we actually have the box, so we're gonna begin the review by taking a look at it. I was super happy that the guy actually still had it. And as you can see, it has some beautiful looking artwork. It's obviously from episode 5 when they're in the asteroids. And yeah, I just really like the artwork to this set. Moving to the side of the box, they actually show off the fighter along with the single minifig that's included. Kind of funny they did that back in the day. Today, this would have a couple more minifigures. And then they get into some of the features, which we'll take a look at later, along with the alternate build, and even some of the movie scenes. So as you can see, it's actually relatively accurate to what we see from The Empire Strikes Back. It is a bit dated, like this is obviously too blue, it should be more sand blue, but still interesting regardless. And then on the bottom, it shows some of the other sets. So we have the T-16 Skyhopper, along with the OG Jabba's Palace, all the way back from 2003. It was 3 separate sets that made it up, which is actually very cool. I have reviewed actually all these sets, and they're actually quite good. They're kind of like very nostalgic for me. And then moving to the side of the box, we just have some writing. The top, again, just the minifigure. And then on the bottom, not too much, just the writing again. Overall, I actually really like the artwork to these. These are awesome looking boxes. Let's now take a look at the set. And to start us off, let's begin by giving you guys a 360 view of the bomber. And it's actually quite wide. Like I'd say it's almost a foot wide or nearly a third of a meter in width. So it's definitely not a small ship. Kind of think of it like Darth Vader's TIE Advanced, but add another, I don't know, 3-4 inches to it, and you'd basically come to this size. I also love the engine detail on the back here. It could have been a little bit more detailed, but I just think that looks pretty cool. And this set actually has some great play features, which we're going to get into. This is in the nostalgic black and blue. It's not gray or light gray and black like we see nowadays. Let's now break it down area by area. And the first thing that we'll take a look at is actually the cockpit. So as you guys can see, it's using that very old TIE window that we got all the way back in 1999. They actually kept using it for a number of years after. And how you can access the cockpit, you can literally just raise the window like so to reveal the TIE pilot. Now, my knock about this is you'll notice it has no controls. That would have been a really nice inclusion. I'm not sure if they would have had space, but I think they could have maybe fitted in on either side of the pilot. Just removing him. It has this very cool looking blue window back there. And we're gonna get into that. That's actually one of the play functions. You'll probably notice there's a couple of these blue translucent pieces in there, and they do serve a purpose, as most things on LEGO sets do. So let's close this back up. Like I was saying, those translucent blue pieces, they're actually just right here, and that's how you kind of load the bombs, because this is a bomber. And let's actually show you guys the first feature in this set. So if you want to release the bombs, you can actually just pull this back, and it actually has some elastics back here, which is part of the play function. So let's just pull that back like you guys just saw. And there it can drop the bombs. So that's actually a really well-functioning play feature. It works really, really well. The other one is this little torpedo right here. Now this is not a flick fire missile. This is not a spring-loaded shooter. These are the type of shooters I like. And you wanna know why? Well, let me show you why. Bang! That thing works so well. As you can see, it was just that little trigger that I pulled on and it shot it out. So anyways, I love these shooters. They're honestly, in my opinion, the best. It also has some nice printed pieces on the front here. There are no stickers on this ship, which I should mention. And we'll just show you guys the underbelly of the fighter. Nothing too crazy. Moving to the back of it, we'll give you guys a little bit more view of the engines. Now, I will mention that this is a little bit unstable. The reason why is because this ship is connected completely by Technic pins. And it kind of works with the TIE Fighter, but I don't think it works as well with the Bomber because it makes it a little bit fragile. Like, it just doesn't feel too strong. Still works, I guess. It's just, it could be a little bit better in my opinion. And here is the side of the wings with that Imperial logo. Overall, pretty great set. I will say that it is dated by today's standards for sure. It could be a bit better, definitely needs a remake, but I think for 2003, it was pretty decent. Some of the coloring's a little off too, like why isn't this black like, you know, this side? Overall, though, I still think that this is a pretty decent little bomber. Let's now take a look at the minifigure. And here we have the single minifigure that's included in this set. It is the TIE Pilot. Now, if they made this set nowadays, it would have included a couple more minifigs, probably 3 minifigs, I want to say. But back in the day, they kept it simple. They're like, you know what? This has a TIE Pilot. That's what you're getting. No stormtroopers, nothing like that. This is very 2003. But it is overall a pretty decent looking minifigure. I like the fact that he has the 2 little Imperial logos on the top of his helmet. Decent looking torso and a plain brown face. So you know what? They're like, you know what? You don't see it? We don't need to put a face on this. And they didn't. So anyways, it's definitely a testament to its time. It was definitely a simpler time as far as minifigures went and sets, but there is a certain simplistic charm to it, and it is nostalgic for sure. But yeah, that pretty well does the minifigure. Let's now get into the end of the review and get my final thoughts. Well guys, that was my review. Do hope you enjoyed it. I think that this set was actually pretty good for its time. I think some people hate on it too much. They put it up to today's standards. It had some great play functions, which is something that we didn't really see back in 2003. And the overall design is accurate. Yes, this set definitely could use a remake. I mean, what they could make today I think would be amazing. In fact, I'm this close to going and finding out some sort of mock someone's done on the TIE Bomber and just building it myself, making it a LEGO project, reviewing it. Let me know what you guys would think about me maybe doing something like that, or maybe just videos like that, but that's what I kind of want to do, just because them making a TIE Bomber just seems so unlikely. The fact that we've only got 2 TIE Interceptors is ridiculous, and the last one was in black and red, so us getting a TIE Bomber I think is even more unlikely. But let me know what you guys think about this one, if you like it, if you don't, any areas you think they could maybe improve on it. I just think overall it's a pretty good set, definitely dated by today's standards. It's not the most stable ship as well, but overall I think it's pretty decent. It just really needs a remake is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. But if you like this video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future LEGO Star Wars reviews, comparisons we do. We do something Star Wars related every Tuesday, and they're a lot of fun, especially when you can take a look at a nostalgic set and see how it basically weighs up to today's standards. But yeah, that's all I got for you again. But thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.